Hello, everybody, and action, right? So let's talk about action and effort, because you'll see a load of other videos saying, oh, you can manifest effortlessly, or you can manifest without effort, and that's what this one's about. But there's a difference, okay? Because effortlessly means you're coming from a place of, this feels right, right? Now, but how do you know that? Because a lot of people hear manifestation or even the work of Neville Goddard and they freak out because they're like, I'm not supposed to do anything because Neville says you shouldn't do anything. He's not saying that. Okay, and I have done another video on action. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're going to actually deconstruct that word effort. We're going to try to figure out what effort means and why he says it, because there's two kinds of effort. Okay, there's the effortlessness, which, remember, if you have effortlessness, there's a form of effort, right? And then there's the effort where, and I absolutely love this, because the Bible, the Hebrew word, and the reason why I use the Bible so much is because Neville did. And so a lot of his concepts are very much inspired by this psychological document, not the historical document. This is not a historical religious document at all. Atheists can read it and learn techniques on how to manifest, right? But what I want to give you is this idea that is taken from the Hebrew mindset. And the word for effort means to cause something, but also, and this is a very, very important understanding, it means to hoist. Okay, now, if you don't know what hoist is, it's just an old way of saying to lift something up. But this is very, very important. What it's saying is you are creating a false version of lifting up something, or you are creating a false version of strength that really isn't there. Okay? And that's what Neville is saying, because action is inevitable. You took a moment on your phone or on your PC or on your TV, whatever you're watching this on, and you pressed the button. That's effort. Right? So in one sense, the effort to you is natural. You don't sit there and think about it for 2 or 3 hours or days or weeks. You simply just press the button, right? So that is effortlessness. You don't think about it, right? It's coming from your state of, I desire to learn, or I desire to watch this person talk about like the law. Whatever it is, it's coming from your state, which is out of desire, right? You have a desire to whatever it is that you want, okay? And let's go back to using this as a longer metaphor to actually understand this, okay? Let's say that you are in a state of lack. Let's say you are in a state of not having money. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, you're in the current state of not having that, right? Then what you do is you think, I need to go do something, okay, to get my manifestation. That's what Neville is saying, but let's go deeper, because I think this is actually going to help you understand what it means to not do anything or to not act. What a person might do is, if they're in a state of lack, and if they're in a state of fear and lack, like, oh my gosh, I need to pay my bills or whatever it is, what they're going to do, and this is where the Hebrew word for effort comes in, they're going to try to hoist, they're going to try to lift their state up, which means they're going to try to change their mentality of, I'm no longer lacking and now I'm rich and wealthy. Right? But what they're doing, though, is they're doing it from the state of lack. So they're saying, oh, well, everybody else in the world has this model of they have to work for hours on end and 60-hour weeks, and they have to go do this and they have to go do that, and that's the only way that I can do this. So then they're going to go and do that because that's the model that they've been taught. That's the only model that to them makes sense, because that's the only thing that they see others doing. And so they measure themselves, rather than as an individual version of God himself, herself, right? They actually measure themselves against other people, which is giving away their power. So the more and more you define things by the processes that you see around you, and then you start defining your possibilities by them, that's effort. That's action, right? And that's taking action from what? The state of not having. So it's like, okay, I've got to go now get a job, which is, now I'm trying to lift my state without. I'm trying to effort my state from without. So I'm looking at the models that the world has given me, and I'm only living and believing and accepting those models as the only possibility of getting what I desire. Okay? Are you with me so far? And so you're hoisting, which means you're lifting yourself up from, because remember, this is all psychological. So even the word effort is psychological. Okay? And so this is what it's meaning. You are trying to lift from your current state out of the state. And you have to go within, not without. And so again, that does not mean that you don't take action. That does not mean that you won't be inspired to maybe get a job. That doesn't mean any of that, right? But again, inspiration is like what an artist naturally does. What do they do in the morning? One, they take action, right? Why? Because they're an artist and they love what they do. So you're a manifester. So of course, the way that you take action as a manifester is by going within first. That doesn't mean that you don't have, goals every day that you don't write down. And I'm going to do a goals workshop, actually, maybe even on here, maybe even in the next week, we're going to talk about goals and how to actually use manifestation, but also science to help you do that. Okay. And so again, effort is not the same. So again, it's hoisting. And what it is it's giving cause to something else, right? And that's what actually the other definition in Hebrew means, is to basically and essentially give cause to something else. So your effort is, I need to do something, but because I'm doing it out of lack, I'm only going to do more of that, which is out of lack. Because we only manifest not only what we believe, but like after like, okay? That means if you think I've got to do effort, you might become a billionaire one day. But it's going to be one day, maybe much further down the road than if you just went inward first. Okay? So again, my encouragement to you isn't to fear action. It isn't to even fear effort in the generic sense of that word. It is to examine yourselves. It is to say, why am I doing this? Am I doing this from a state of lack, or am I doing this from a state of already having, right? And that's also what perseverance means as well. Okay, so I would encourage you to actually take this new understanding of effort and again, become fearless with your action, right? Knowing full well that the actions that you're taking are from the perspective of the new state. That's what it also means to become fearless as well, because you don't care anymore about the old state because it no longer exists. You are only existing within the new state, which is inspiring you to take action every single day. So hopefully this was helpful. If you're looking for coaching, get in touch. Thank you for your time and have a great day.